Good afternoon. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to Coffee and a Card. So I am welcoming you here for some new products that we're going to be looking at today. But first I'll have some happy mail, and then I'll show you some new products, and then I'll make a card using some of those products. So let me just get everything set up and ready to go here while you guys are coming in for this live video. So here we go. Maybe. The one thing I haven't figured out in my new studio is where the heck to put my iPad. It doesn't seem to want to stay anywhere I've been trying. And so I'm going to have to work on that. But for now, I think that'll work. It's just going to be on a different side today. All right. So welcome to Facebook Live. I have a big pile of happy mail. I can tell that I bet some of these are Christmas cards because I know that's the season. People have started sending their Christmas cards. Actually, you can see a sneak peek of some of my Christmas cards over here. I have all of the envelopes addressed, but I do not have all the cards made. So that's something that I'm trying to work on this week. So hopefully my Christmas cards will go out next week. So, all right. Oh yeah, some of you may have seen I broke my foot, and so I'm doing a lot of sitting. I'm really thankful for a rolly chair. I've actually been rolling around my studio a little more because I'm in a boot and it just feels best to stay off of it. So that's what's going on in my world. Okay, first card. So we'll do some happy mail. And for anybody who might be new watching this, happy mail is what I call cards that I get in the mail. And so I love showing off your creativity. And so I call it happy mail, and we do it at the beginning of Facebook Live if I've received any cards that week. So super fun to see what you guys are up to. So Terry from Washington. Ooh, what a gorgeous card. So using poinsettias, a joyful Christmas to you and yours. Thinking of you this festive season. That's just stunning. And do you know how simple this is? Like, this is just fussy cut from Designer Series paper with a large sheet behind it. And just what a gorgeous way to profile DSP. So this is a great card if you like fussy cutting. And we all know I don't. So I actually have a helper in the studio right now who really likes fussy cutting. So I keep saying I should get her to do all of mine. You know, those of you who like to sit in front of the TV and fussy cut or something strange like that. I don't get it. All right, this one comes from Heather in Fisher, Indiana. Joyful wishes. And oh, her note's falling out the inside. We have seen some of this snow coming down here. Not ready for that. It's a season of magic and wonder. There we go. How about Denise Benda from Des Moines, Iowa? And let's see, she included some notes here, so let me just take those out. Set those aside. See if I can get this, if I can get it out of the envelope. There we go. Uh-oh. Okay, sorry, hold on a second. I'm going to try to fix this. Part of her card got stuck on the inside of the envelope. So let me just see if I can put that back where it goes. Yes, okay, there we go. Christmas greetings. So this gold here, it got stuck a little bit to the inside of the envelope. So I was trying not to rip the card as I pulled it out. But we've got Christmas greetings here. Wishing you a season decorated with happiness and wonder. There we go. All right, this one is from, Nancy Smith Gallant. She's one of my team members from Michigan. And she sent this one here, Hope Anchors the Soul. Ooh, I like that with the anchors all around it. And then she's got an anchor there on the inside as well. Very cool. All right, next one is from Rita in LaPorte City, another Iowa gal. Oh, look at that deer. Look at how sparkly that is. Let me see. That is like glimmer paper. But I love the sparkle there. Merry Christmas. Oh, and then she's got her note on the inside. I always read your notes, just so you know. I just wait till after, because if I sat here awkwardly reading every message, well, that would just get awkward, right? All right. Oh, well, this is a cute idea. This is from Tony in Pennsylvania, and she included this, and it says, this piece of cardstock serves as protection for the front of your card, so it arrives in perfect condition for you while traveling through the postal system. And it was just over the front of the card. So that's a great idea for protection from embellishments. And it says, it's the most wonderful time of the year, with a little candy cane there. So that is cute. Very cute card using that sweet candy canes set. Okay, next we have Brenda Taylor from Minnesota. And here we go. Merry Christmas. This is a paper, I think it might be the Santa Express paper. I'm not sure. I know it's really cute. I haven't used it, but it's a super cute paper. You make this season jolly, and then she fussy cut some of the presents to be there on the inside. That's really cute. All right, and we got one from Sandy Delaney from Washington. And, oh, hers is really thick. Okay, it says Christmas cheer. Oh, I love this die, you guys. This die out of the red glimmer paper. Love it. Love it so much. Wishing you lots of love, joy, and happiness this Christmas season and always. Oh, and there's earrings. Look at that. Cute little snowflake earrings. Those are really cute. I like how they kind of shimmer. Whoa. I do love my dangly earrings. Thank you, Sandy. And then last but not least, I've got one here from Beth from here in Iowa. And it is, oh, I think I have it upside down. Wait, nope, it goes like this. Oh, I see what I did. Okay. It's like this. And you put a little tea light there on the inside. It says, may this season be filled with beautiful moments and happy memories for you and those you hold most dear. So, you can hear the crackle of the vellum paper. Very cute. So, I'm going to go ahead and put my camera down because she also brought a tea light, and we're going to see what it looks like. So, let's go ahead and put it down. And we've got this little tea light here that will turn on. So, a little flickering light, and then I'll have to hold it up. There we go. Yeah, you can kind of see the flickering through there. It's a little hard to see because I have a window right in front of me, which adds a lot of bright light. But you can just slightly see that flickering. That would be really cute, like on a windowsill at night, or on your, like dining. This might be the centerpiece for my dining room table, and I'll find a little tea light, like what she got. She brought this, so I'll have to find something like that. That's very cute. All right, well, thank you guys. I love seeing your happy mail and what you've been creating. It's so fun. You know, everybody is so different in their creativity and what they come up with. And so it's super fun to see what you guys have been making. Okay, I'm going to start with showing you some new products. So we have a new catalog coming in January. And I've already requested your addresses. So if you have ordered from me in the last 6 months, you automatically get a catalog. It's actually mailed direct from Stampin' Up, so that you should be seeing coming soon. And if you've not ordered from me and you don't have a demonstrator, I would love to be your demonstrator. So just shoot me your address and I will mail you a catalog. So I'm going to show you some of the new products that are in the upcoming catalog, because I think it's always fun to get a sneak peek of what's coming. And I'll also tell you, as you start looking at your new catalog and you start creating your shopping list, there is a phenomenal joining special coming in January that I think you're going to love. And it is, I think, one of the best joining specials I've ever seen. So heads up on that. If you really want to get the best deal in the catalog, that's it. It's buying the starter kit and joining my team. So that'll be coming in January. So this ribbon, we're actually going to use it on a card today. It is called Faux velvet trim. And let me tell you, it is so soft, you guys. I kind of just want to sit here and pet this ribbon. It's really, really pretty. So it is 1/2 inch wide, but super soft. A little bit thicker than some of our ribbons because of that velvet, but it works great on cards. A couple of embellishments here. So we've got the iridescent pastel gems. So those are kind of fun because depending on the light that they catch, they can actually look like a couple of different shades of colors. We have the flat, I can't read upside down apparently, flat adhesive back pearls. And these are also really iridescent. So great little embellishments. I love that they're flat, you guys. That's so great. And then we have the pastel oh man, pastel adhesive back sequins. So, and there's 3 different colors here in this with the gold. I would say that's probably petal pink, and then I'm not really sure what that blue might be. We'd have to look in the new catalog to see what that blue might be. But those are a few. And then let's look at some stamp sets. Now, this is not all of the new product that I've gotten in lately, but I just thought it'd be fun to give you little bits at a time as you start to look at your catalogs. I'm also going to use some of this in today's card so that you can see a variety of dies and stamps in play. So we've got the Desert Details, and the Desert Details coordinates with this set of dies. And I have a card, we're not making today, but I have a card using this stamp set that I thought I would show you. It's a Fun Fold Z Fold. And it uses these 2 large dies right here that work out to look like this. So it's got some really nice kind of wavy detail that cuts through the die. And then this one is, the white one is stitched. And then using the flower and stamp here from this one. Now, one really cool change the Stampin' Up! Is making is they are naming the coordinating dies the same as the stamp set. So you'll no longer have to remember what goes with what. So these are the Desert Detail dies. Isn't that so great, you guys? I'm so excited by this. It's going to make keeping your dies and stuff together so much easier. Okay, then we have the Something Fancy, and Something Fancy has lots of different sentiments for different occasions, and I really like that there's some that could go both inside and outside your card. So like this one, for example, I didn't forget your birthday, I'm just stretching out the celebration. And then on the inside you could put happy birthday, or vice versa. You know, here's to beautiful beginnings and happily ever afters. And you can put that with congratulations. So I love it when there's sentiments for the inside and outside of our cards. And then the Something Fancy dies here have a bunch of different shapes on them. And we're actually going to use some of these shapes today in the card that we're making. So then what also starts in January is Celebration, and Celebration is where you can get free product for every $50 you spend. So this is one of the stamp sets that you can get free starting in January. So here again we have great sayings for inside and outside, like this one. There are many ways you might feel right now. Alone shouldn't be one of them. Isn't that so sweet? I just think that would be such a great card to give to somebody to let them know you're thinking of them. So that's sending support. And then we also have Beautifully Happy. And I'll be using this stamp set here today in our card. Okay, and then I'll go ahead and show you the paper that we're using for today's card. This is a Celebration paper. And it is called Dainty Flowers. And we're going to be using 3 different patterns from this paper here today. So I just thought I would show you what's in. I love that watercolor background. What's in. So even if you're not a flower person, check that out. Like, that's a gorgeous paper that you could use right there. This one here with some greenery type things on the background, so on the back side. Now these you can cut out and use these on the front of cards, so you just stamp a sentiment right there on the inside. And you'd have a great front for your card. Another watercolor background. Some greenery. Excuse me. With the fresh freesia polka dots on the back. And then these flowers with, I think that's Petal Pink, or is that Blushing Bride? Let's see here. What are our coordinating colors? Blushing Bride. So it's Blushing Bride, Crushed Curry, Fresh Freesia, Mossy Meadow, Old Olive, Rich Razzleberry, and Starry Sky. So some really pretty paper. Regardless of how you feel about flowers, there are some great options, you know, from these sides to the flowery sides. And again, that's a free paper that you can get as part of Celebration. Okay, so this is the card that we're going to make here today. So using up some of those scraps of paper. So we're using these different sides of our paper. So I'll be using both of these. And then I'm also using one of those sheets that had watercolor on it. So this is actually the one where I told you you could cut out the oval and stamp on the middle of it. This is what's on the back side of it. Okay, so let me start with these strips here. So what I've done is I have cut 3 strips. These 2 strips are 3/4 of an inch by 6, and the watercolor strip is 1 inch by 6 inches. Now I did 6 inches simply because this is 12 by 12 paper, and so cutting in half just made the most sense. You really only need about 5.5 inches, but it didn't make sense for me to leave myself with that, you know, little extra. So I just cut it at 6 inches. So 3/4 times 2 strips, and 1 inch times 1 strip. So we'll start with our larger strip. And I'm just going to start that at one angle, or one corner, and just kind of angle it down across my paper. Obviously making sure that it goes all the way from end to end. Then we'll take these 2, our 3/4 inch strips, and I'll go ahead and just put tape on both of them. So this is a great way if you were cutting up your paper for other projects and you end up with a bunch of strips of different sizes. You could actually use different size strips on a card like this. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to take my tape and I'm just going to run a line of tape here and just make sure I got it. Need a little bit more right here. There we go. Because I want to take this Pale Papaya ribbon and I am going to tape it from end to end. Now because I had already made the sample, this end was the right angle for my card. So we'll just put that all the way across. And then last but not least, we will put our greenery piece. Just like so. Unstick that from the desk, and now you'll see this ribbon is still attached to my spool because I want to waste as little ribbon as possible. So by doing it this way and leaving it attached, it stays attached, or it reduces the amount of waste. That's what I was trying to say. Now, because there is glue or tape on the edges of these, it will end up getting on your scissors. I love to use just a little bit of lemon oil, and it helps to ungum your scissors really easily. So we're going to cut right across, even the ribbon. Oops. Let me just do that ribbon My ribbon moved a little bit on me. There we go. Turn that back over. And we'll just finish trimming this. There we go. I'll just stick those sticky pieces to my finger for now. So I can keep trimming along. You could do this in your trimmer as well, but you may end up with stickiness on your trimmer, and I don't really like doing that. So I prefer to just cut using my scissors. There we go. So we'll take that. And now, because I cut at that angle, this has an angled cut to it. Well, this one, it slipped, so I double cut. But I was going to say, because I cut at that angle, it's actually ready for my next card. So if I were making multiples of these, which I was earlier. So there we have our whole strip card. And I thought I felt some adhesive. I do. I feel a little bit of adhesive here. So I'm just going to use my finger and rub that adhesive right off the front of my card. There we go. Okay. So now I'm going to grab a Mossy Meadow card base. And we'll put our front piece right on there. Now the flowers are directional. So I'm being mindful of which way those flowers face because I do want them to be right side up. All right, I am going to set this aside and we're going to grab our insert, and then we also have a couple of die cuts. These die cuts come from those Something Fancy dies that I showed you earlier. So there's a variety of different sizes. And what I've done is I have picked the largest and the middle of this particular design. So that's what those two die cuts are from, because then they nest really well right on top of each other when we're putting together our card. So that's where those two came from. Now I'm going to be using the Beautifully Happy stamp set, which, like I told you, is from Celebration. And we're going to use a flower, and we're going to use for a very happy birthday. So, what do I do with those? Here we go. And we're going to use first Mossy Meadow. And I'm going to stamp my flower in Mossy Meadow. We're doing that first because I want to give it a little extra time to dry before I apply color to it. And then we'll stamp our words in Pale Papaya to match that ribbon color. Now in the sample I actually used Rich Razzleberry, but I decided to switch it up for Facebook Live, and we're just going to tie into the ribbon color and do Pale Papaya. We're going to let that sit for just a moment so we don't get any smearing when we start coloring with the blends. And we'll take our insert. Oh, and I was supposed to stamp this first. Well, that's okay. We're still going to stamp it. We'll just hope I don't mess up on my stamping. Okay, so we're going to take that flower again, and this time I'm going to take Pale Papaya. So I need to clean my flower, and we just want to tie in the inside with the outside of the card. So this one won't be colored. I'm just going to stamp the outline image on the inside of my card. And I'm going to do it twice. There we go. So we'll take that. We'll go ahead and close this over. And we'll apply some dimensionals here. Oops. The backing came off with that. But we'll put some dimensionals on here. maybe if I can get that coating off. There we go. Sometimes the edge of those dimensionals like to come up when you pick up the dimensionals. Okay. There we go. So I'll just take all these backings off. Now you can see that they're all different sizes. That's actually the beauty of using the edging of your dimensional sheets, is you can cut them to exactly the size that you want them to be. So apply that here. And I've got my blends. So I've got the light Mossy Meadow. And we're going to use that just to fill in. I'm using light because you can actually still see the stamped lines through the light Mossy Meadow. So that's why I like that shade. And then we're going to take the dark Pale Papaya. And I'm going to go over, you see these lines here in the middle of the flower? I'm just going to kind of go over and next to them. And using that to create my shading. And we'll color that part too. There we go. And we'll take our light Pale Papaya. And as long as the Mossy Meadow is dry, it's not going to smear that green color anywhere. So we're just tying in our coloring there. There we go. So I'll bring that up closer so you can see how that shading looks. And we'll adhere that to the front of our card. Really kind of helps that Pale Papaya ribbon to really pop. And then I'm going to grab the, let's see here. On my sample card, I used the flat adhesive pearls, but I think I'm actually going to use these for this one. This is the iridescent pastel gems. And I think I'm going to use this one over here. And we're going to put, because it's a lighter color than my sample card, we're just going to put one of those light pearl or gems on the middle of the flower. And so there we have a great way to show off some of the different patterns. I wanted a card that would show multiple patterns of the DSP as I try to highlight these new products. I'll bring back the sample, because here you can see with Rich Razzleberry and using those flat pearls in the middle of this one. And I think the flat pearl looks really nice with that one, but I like this gem with the Pale Papaya. So just some ways that you can mix and match. Jean, yeah, these dies are really great for sentiment pieces. So there's going to be so many great ways to use these for lots of different things. They're just great tags. And I love the way that you can easily pair two of them together. So the card, let's see. Oh, I don't have the finished sample here next to me, but I'm making another card that uses these two overlapping with each other. So I'll show that on another Facebook Live. But that gives you a little peek at a few new products that are coming. Again, don't forget to send me your address if you haven't ordered recently, and if you are in need of a demonstrator. I would love to send you a catalog, both the mini catalog and the celebration brochure that's coming up. Plus, you get some other fun goodies as well when I send your catalogs. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to Coffee and a Card. I hope you have a fantastic day. And don't forget to encourage one another and build each other up. I'll see you soon.